Hello everybody, I think I am on. I'm here on Instagram, Mail Something Pretty. My name is Christine Josti and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I've started this series creating from the catalog, and so I wanted to continue it because I think it's fun and it's actually a good exercise for my brain to just kind of see a picture and copy from it to show you that you can do that too. So I am in a different room than I usually am. Usually I'm in my my little studio, which used to be a living room that we converted. And right now I'm in the corner of my bedroom that I do my videos from. And the lighting is much better up here. And although now it's so bright, I have a glare, but I think you guys can see, but I have a glare. And so I'm going to try it up here. So let me know if you like this lighting, this setting better, or if you liked it in my studio. It's just the lights were kind of bright. But anyways, this is what we're going to make. We're going to use the annual catalog. I'm going to make this snowman card right on page 92. This set is on this page. Has been around for a couple years. I've had it, I'd say at least 2 years. And it's one I use every year. It's a great, it comes with a snowman punch. That works perfectly, but as we make it, we're gonna do it. There's something in here I never thought to do, so that's what's the good exercise for my brain, is to see different samples and try things by trying to figure it out. There's no directions and so forth. So okay, so I think we're gonna get started. I hope I brought everything I need because all my supplies are downstairs, so if not, we're gonna wing it. All right, so like I said, I have the Snowman Season stamp set, and it coordinates with the Snowman Builder Punch. So we're going to use that, and I think you can see my work surface if I'll do it right here. So it looked to me like it used pink paper, so I think it's Melon Mambo. You could certainly use polished pink or substitute another color if you don't have it, but it seemed to me like that was the color. And then the stripe in the background here, I think came from the peach paper, Life's a Peach. So I think it's that striped paper. So I grabbed that and I grabbed some white, and I think that's all the paper that we needed. All right, so I think, let's see, we'll start, I guess, by cutting. Move my things around. Again, I'm guessing on the size. So it looks like it is a 3 3/4. A lot of times when I do a card and it has it's not the thinnest, not the widest border. So I think that would be 3 3/4 because it's 2 sections of 1/4 inches in, if that makes sense. And so we're gonna start there, and then normally I would do it by 5, but it's shorter. So let's try 4.5 and see. Oh, let me cut my card base too. Again, this is Melon Mambo. I usually score it first and then cut it, and so then I have 2 bases. So what I did was, I'll tell you, here's my paper. I scored it at 4 1/4, which is half of 8 1/2, and then I turned it and cut it in half at 5 1/2. Hi Kim, thanks for joining. Let's see. I can't tell. Okay, sorry, I'm still getting used to all this stuff. Technology stuff, figuring it all out. All right, so here is my card base. It might even be what do you think? It might even be a little bit more space here. Let's see, let's look at the right side. I'm going to leave it because we can always trim it at the end. So I'm going to leave it. Rather than make it too short, we're going to leave it a little longer if need be. And then there's the white underneath. So that would be the same thickness. So that was 3 3/4. The width, I should say. And then it looks like it's just ripped like snow. So I'm going to Yes. And I'm actually just ripping it, tearing it. This was a technique we did when I first started almost 15 years ago. We did a lot of the tearing of the paper. This one I should probably bring back. All right, so we'll see. Again, I can always trim it if I think it's too wide. All right, so now I think we're done with the trimmer. We have these pieces. What do I want to do first? I guess I'll stamp the snowflakes. I'm going to stamp that directly on the striped paper. So you can tell, look at, it's all, hopefully you can see, all stained and loved. This is a set I've used lots and lots and lots of times. And it's in the, I know I brought my blocks. Where did I? Just grab a few out. It's a set that's been around for a while, so I don't know if it will return next year. I would probably guess not, since it's been around. So if you like it, you may want to get it before this annual catalog is over, which it would be, I think it's done. When is it done? It's the last day of April. They changed the dates on the catalog launches and dates, so that's why I wasn't sure. Oh, my stamp probably needs to be cleaned. Let's see. It didn't stick. There we go. All right, so I have the snowflake. And I'm just stamping the snowflake with Balmy Blue, which is the same blue of the stripes of the paper. Kind of copying the placement, because why not? Right? We're all about copying. I might do one more. Okay, so there are my snowflakes. And now we will stamp the snow people. So this is what I thought was interesting. There are two snowmen, snowman, snow woman, in here, and it's the same snowman base, with the same base for both of them. But if you look a little closely, like one has a scarf and one doesn't. And so I was trying to figure out how they put the scarf on it, because the scarf is on this snowman and we're using this one to stamp. So we're gonna stamp this one and then cut out the scarf. I thought that was pretty clever. Again, I've had this stamp set for 2 years and I never thought to do that. So it's good to see things differently if you look at the pictures and kind of dissect the pictures. And that's kind of what I liked about copying straight from the catalog without prepping, is because you can kind of see how things work. All right, I'm going to stamp that again. That didn't come out very dark. That's better. All right, so I'm using Stays on Black because of how I'm going to color a few of the things. Let's see, I'm gonna stamp this one over, because I know when I use my punch, you'll see it will punch the arms. You'll see in a second. And I'm gonna stamp, actually I'm gonna wait. All right, so let's punch the snowman. Two snow people. So I just put my paper in, line it up. You know, I'm gonna stamp one more time because it wasn't as dark as I wanted it. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna stamp, punch. Punch. Alright. Make sure I'm not inky. So I have my two snow people. And then as I punched, because it punches the whole thing, so you get the, which is easy to see, when you punch the snowman, you get the hat and the hands too. So I have these little hands. So we can do the arms, hands, arms, different ways. We can stamp them and then punch them, or I'm gonna try, need one more, I'm gonna punch first, and then let's see, we'll stamp, because because it's photopolymer. Let's see what I'm talking about. You have these 2 arms stamps. So I'm gonna try to stamp right on the pre-punched. I think they're all symmetrical, so it's the same. And I'm going to use soft suede color. So let's see if I can line it up. All right, pretty good. I think it's easier to do it this way than to, oh, that one is a bad one. I only need 4. Than to stamp and then line them up with the punch. I mean, you could stamp one at a time, but it'd be hard to line both up. But you can do it either way. Okay, close that. Here's my picture. I'm looking at it, it actually looks like the arm's a little bit lighter color, so they probably use cinnamon cider. But I'm just gonna keep it because I don't have cinnamon cider up here. So I have soft suede arms, and that's okay. All right, so I have 4 arms, 2 snow people. Oh, the hat, let's see, same thing. If I, oh yeah, here's my hat. So let's stamp right on the hat. Stamps. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me know. Yesterday I did a Facebook, was it yesterday? 2 days ago I did a Facebook Live and I broke, I can show you, it's right here. I have a little dongle that plugs into my phone, and then my microphone plugs into here, and a piece of the dongle came off. So I need to get another one. I think that's what it's called, the dongle. All right, I'm gonna stamp my hat right on the pre-punched hat. That's great about the photopolymer, is because you can line them up so nicely. The paper just stuck. It really stuck. Okay, but I got it. All right, so that's that. And then the last thing, we'll close up the black because I think we're done with that, is the scarf. So that is with this stamp. And I'm going to use the same. You might notice too that I'm using a stamp pad. They call it a piercing mat with the photopolymer. Because they're so thin, you need a little cushion. So stamping on this mat really helps. I'm just going to grab another block. I'm glad I brought them all up here. Makes it easier. All right, so it looks to me like the scarf is in Old Olive. So I will stamp. I'm gonna actually end up stamping the whole thing in Old Olive. But then I'll just cut the scarf. That is a very juicy ink pad. Put that over there. Let that dry for a second. And then we will color in our hat. The hat, I think, is the only thing that needs to be colored in. Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to use my paper snips and cut. I find cutting works best if you leave the scissors kind of in the same spot and you rotate your paper. And then make my paper a little smaller. I could have just inked up the scarf and not wasted that piece, but it was just easier to stamp the whole thing. I'm just gonna go in on this side. Okay, just looking to see if anybody wrote anything. All right, so here's my scarf. And I'm gonna, look at that, fits perfectly. Actually, I'm gonna trim off a little bit, this little shadow of the green. I'm just gonna get rid of some of that. Okay. And I'm just gonna use a little, just a little dab of glue. Put on the scarf. I think that was very clever. All right, so we have our two snowmen, we have our hat, so now we need to color in the nose, the cheeks, and the hat. So I was guessing that they used, you could color different ways. You could use the blends markers, and if you did that, you would use the Memento black ink. Or if you want to use like the water painters, which I'm going to use, that's when you want to use the stays on. Whenever you introduce water, you want to use stays on. All right, so my water painter already has water in it, but just in case, I brought a little container of water. Sometimes I'll just dip it in. It's easier. All right, so we have orange noses. So I'm just gonna squeeze it. There actually says push here. I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit just to get a little water out. That's what I like better about these ones than their aqua painters. Those were the blue ones, which I still have, but I like, it's easier to squeeze these. All right, I'm just gonna paint the orange noses of the two snowmen. I'm just actually, hopefully you can see, I'm just picking up right directly from the ink pad. A little water. And then I can just either paint scrap till it runs dry. You can squeeze this until, on a paper towel, until like the ink comes out, kind of two ways, or you can swish it in water like a paintbrush. All right, that's the only thing that was orange. And so it looks like the cheeks, I'm gonna do this really lightly. The cheeks are pink, just because Melon Mambo is a dark pink. I just want to do it nice and light. I never thought to do this either, to be honest with you. Learning new things all the time. So here are my two snowmen with the pink cheeks and the orange nose. That's it on them. And then we'll do the hat. Looks like it has, I actually liked it because it wasn't, this is why I chose to do it this way too. It, if I did the blends, it would be all dark. And I like, oh, it's a little dark here, but I liked how it had more of a watercolor wash to it in the picture, because it left some of it white. So we'll say it's not exactly the same, but it's not saturated the whole way. It was just kind of more a watercolor wash, and I like that. So because this is a dark pink, I'm just gonna rinse it in water this way, just like a paintbrush. So now I can pick up, so I could either pick up for the holly in the berries of the hat. I just seen the band. The band didn't really have, I'm just gonna put a little pink. I'll have to wash it again. Didn't really, I can't tell if it's a color or not. The holly and the berries, I could do it the same way with red ink and green, or you could just take markers and color them. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is garden green. Oh, it's a little dark. That's all right. It's a little darker than the picture. Maybe I should have done, that's all right, in red. It's just kind of quicker to do it with the marker. So anyways, there's different ways you can color. That's what's kind of nice. All right, so I think those are all colored. So we are going to put it together, and then we'll decide if we have to change the length. I just have to find them. The length of the pieces. All right. So I'm not going to glue it together yet because I just want to see the placement on here. These guys go here. Well, I actually think I might have guessed right. And then we have to stamp the greeting. Hoping this season builds heartwarming memories. It's over here. Or you could do the Merry Christmas. I love the script of the Merry Christmas in this stamp set. I use that a lot too. All right, but look at that. Let's see how stained it is. It is well used and loved. All right, so I'm gonna put it back over here. Do it in Melon Mambo carefully, because I don't want to smudge it. These guys that go in there. That's it. Whenever I use pink or red, sometimes the Blackberry Bliss, I just let it sit for a minute because I always tend to smudge it. It always seems that those colors take a little bit longer to dry. All right, so let's see. I'm going to just check one more time to make sure that that length is okay. So now I think I'm going to trim it. I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off the bottom of both that white snow and our snowflake piece. All right, I think that's going to be better. So now I'm going to glue it together. So what I like about this too is, you know, you can use, here I am using flowered or peach paper for a snowman card. So look at your paper differently, you know, you can, and then you stamp on it. You don't have to leave it just as it is. You can, that's what I like too, you can stamp on the pattern paper. Okay, I lost my snowmen. There we are. All right, I'm gonna pop these guys up. I actually am wondering if it's too late now because I glued it down, but I think this piece was popped up. But that's all right. So I'm gonna put the hat on before we pop them up. Hat goes on this one. Just a little dab of glue. Hat goes on a little bit of an angle. This is cute. And then the arms, you could either do glue dots and then stick them on. Sometimes that works, but I'm gonna actually, just because I have the glue right here, put a tiny dab of glue on the end of the arm. I am copying the placement of the arms. I'm gonna get sticky, but that's all right. This arms went in the down direction, almost like a hug. And then this one went in, oh, I see, because it looks like they're holding hands. Cute. Okay, let's see if I can do it this way. Mimic. All right, Mr. and Mrs. are gonna hold hands. Very cute. All right, so let's see, what else can I talk about today? I've been working, I haven't been chatting. Launch today is a new special, is you can join Stampin' Up. Ooh, wow, that's too much glue. Join Stampin' Up for only $75. When I joined almost 15 years ago, it was $150. Well worth it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. But for $75, you can choose any products from, so you can get the Snowman products here, from anything from the annual catalog and the holiday catalog up to $125. The computer won't let you go over $125, so you get as close as possible to $125. Pay $75, you get a complimentary paper pumpkin kit, and you get free shipping and catalogs to share, and you can join my team of Wicked Stampers and Stampin' Up. So it's a fabulous, fabulous deal, but it's only good today until the end of November. So if you have questions, you can write them here, or you can email me, Christine@mailsomethingpretty.com. You can call me, you can just contact me, but I would love for you to join us. I love what I do. And everyone does it differently, right? Not everyone does videos and selling stuff, but some people do, you know, that's, you can do all sorts of things. I have people on my team who only create for themselves. I have some people who teach at a senior center, who get together with friends once a month. And so you can really turn it into anything you want. And there's all sorts of perks that you get to in joining. All right, so I am putting my, this is so cute. This is cuter in person than in the catalog. Look at that. It is so cute. They just pop up. All right, so let me just show you these two. Ooh, wait, where is it? There and there are my two, but it is so cute. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like my copying through the catalog. If you have a clever name, let me know. Let me know if you liked it better up in this area. I think the lighting is definitely better. Hopefully you can see enough because there's words on my screen. I don't know how to, I was afraid to touch them. Maybe I'll touch them now and see since we're done. If they go away. How do I get rid of them? All right. Now I see people have joined. All right. Kim says, I need to stamp on printed paper more. Yes, it's something we totally forget to do, and it has such an effect, and it can transform like peach paper into snowflake paper. So it's a really good thing. And let's see, a few more people have joined. Thank you. I don't know how to get rid of these informational. I'll have to figure it out. Anyway, so I think you can see where it's working. That's what I wanted to make sure you can see my workspace. So send me comments, ideas, suggestions, all that stuff to so I can help you better, both with your paper crafting and your entertainment. All right, so again, I'm Christine Josty from Mail Something Pretty. This was the card we made today. Consider joining. I would love to chat with you and have you join my team. My team's name is Wicked Stampers. As you can tell, I am from the Boston area, and so that's the name we came up with. But there's people who live all over the United States who are part of the team, so you don't have to be in Boston. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great day. Bye.